Chakreshwara means someone who has mastered all dimensions of energy within oneself. There are different manifestations of the same thing. It's not that there are different forms of energy, different manifestations. It's like the electricity right now is functioning as light, functioning as a camera too, maybe functioning as a filter in the Chandrakund. Same electricity, found different expressions. Similarly in the body, the same life energy found different expressions because of the way it functioned. If you touch the electricity in certain way, a motor will run. If you touch it in another way, poof, light will come on, fan will turn, something will happen. But fundamentally, as far as electricity is concerned, it's doing the same thing. Yes? The electricity does not know whether it's throwing out light or it's cooling the place or it's, enhancing my voice. The electricity does not know these things. It is the way a particular instrument is wired and designed that it becomes that. So similarly, the same energy flowing everywhere, but because of the way it is tangled in different places, as per the tangle, it generates a different manifestation of life. 114. We can deduce it in multiples. 7 is deduction and also a classification. In each classification, 16 into 7, 112. 2, we're leaving it out because there's nothing much you can do about it. For this plant to blossom, we can nurture the root, we can trim the branches, we can do something, but once it's flowered, there's nothing to do. Nothing to do with the flowers. Similarly, the two of them are like flowers. If they blossom, there's really nothing to do, just enjoy it. Only 112 to work with. These 112 fall into 7 categories of 16 each. How to become a master of all these things? But the problem is, how do you feel when you're a master of all these things? Don't worry about how the hell you feel, first get there, no? If you want to go up to the 7th hill, there's a certain level of stress on the knees and lungs and everything. Right here, if you stand and think, if I go and stand there on the peak, how will it feel? This peak is very related to being a Chakreshwara because someone left their body through all the 7 chakras. So right here, if you sit down and think, even physically, how does it feel up there? Will you get anywhere near that experience? I'm asking. You have to go through the pains, isn't it? It's painful if you're not fit. If you're fit, it's a joy to climb. So the best thing to do is get yourself fit, so that joyfully you can climb. Otherwise you may climb painfully, and by the time you go there, you may be in so much pain that you don't experience anything, you just want to come down. A lot of people are like this. They come all the way to Kailash, all they want is to go back and find a hotel room where they can sleep and shit in a proper place. Really, I'm not joking. They start fantasizing about how they will use the bathrooms. Though we provide them with the most scenic bathrooms in the world, So before you go there, don't fantasize, no use. Don't even think of all this Chakreswara business, all this. This is all you have to look at. Simple, you know. Let's say you take this flower, you want to throw it at him. Will it go there or will it fly somewhere else? That's a question. See? With every moment, if this has to touch the tip of your nose, will it touch you or will it go like this? This is the question. I'm saying something as simple as moving your hand to looking, to observing, to seeing. Can you do everything with a certain level of precision? If you bring this precision into everything that you do, you are slowly gaining control over this. Physically, forget about energy. First physically, physical body itself flying all over the place, you don't know where it goes. Now, this is why we asked you to do Hatha Yoga in the morning, to get the precision. After doing Surya Namaskar for 3 years, still we can find 1 dozen mistakes, minimum. Because to get precision is not easy, takes a lot of work, lots of work. If you bring that into your thing, slowly you gain mastery over the system. First over the voluntary part of it, then over the involuntary parts of it, then over energy, then over intelligence, then over thought, emotion, everything. Sitting here, if you ask me, when I become the master of the universe, how does it feel? If you get halfway, you may feel like Alexander the Great. He wanted to conquer the world and know how it feels. He conquered half and felt terrible. So 3.5 chakras, if you get mastery, you may feel terrible. You think so? You think so? I'm saying that's not how it works. Don't waste your time with these kind of things. I will tell you, you know, Chakreswara, how it feels like this, like this, like this, like this. What do you know? Just waste of time, and you will fantasize about something that you do not know. No use. Just see, what are the things that you don't have control about? Just see, if you can pick an innocuous dot, a simple spot on this floor, and simply look at it. Somebody says snake, still you don't know. Whatever happens, you're just there. Just try it. That's why we taught you meditation in the middle of the day, when people are moving around, making noises, there is work to be done, everything but no matter, everybody's talking, they're talking about you. No, they're talking whatever. This is gaining control. The more control you gain over yourself, the more things you can do effortlessly. Is it so? See, control does not mean limit. Control means it breaks limitations. Let's say you're riding a bicycle. The more control you have, more tricks you can do on the bicycle, isn't it? If you have a lot of control, you can be riding and do text. Don't you try that. In the ashram, if you try that, we'll take away your bicycle and your phone. But the more control you have, more freedom it gives you, isn't it? The more control you have over this, more freedom it gives you. Less control you have, less more entanglement you have and less freedom you have. So, instead of thinking of Mount Everest to start with, better to climb the steps up and down in Isha Yoga Center. This boy, you must put him on a duty at the Surya Kund. Up and down, you must empty the tank tomorrow. We'll give you 2 buckets. It'll work, believe me. These days we can't, the gurus are crippled because you can't use any method that works. Somebody will file human rights. You can't do what's needed. You have to do pussycat stuff. You can't do what's needed straight, you have to… the way they like it. Believe me, if you have children, if you did everything the way they like it, they would have been scrawny nonsense. Yes or no? Literally, you force-fed them a little bit, you conned them, you lied to them, you did whatever and put some stuff into them, isn't it so? Yes or no? Huh? Did you do that or no? Otherwise you never brought up a child, believe me. So similarly, a guru should be given that little latitude. If everything has to be according to a norm, then little crippled guru, Because if you already know what he will do with you, and you already calculated what will happen, what will not happen, it doesn't work like that. It will always come in a way you never imagined possible. And because people have set plans in their mind, when things come in the way they did not expect, they will let it pass by. Today, modern mind has reached this point that if you light a lamp and let it float in front of them, you must tell them, this is a lamp. Otherwise they look at it like this, No, nobody told me a lamp is coming, so it's not coming. You got to tell them, lamp is coming. In how many minutes? In 3 minutes. 3 minutes exactly? Oh, my watch says this, my cell phone says this, which 3 minutes? If you came here 150 years ago, I would have thrashed you if you asked such a question. If you asked, if I become Chakreshwara, how does it feel means when there were no human rights activists, if you came, I would have really thrashed you. But now I cannot. When all the 114 chakras have blossomed, it feels like you need to understand life as you know it. What you right now call as me is life. Maybe right now you're referring to just your personality, which is essentially a bundle of thoughts, emotions, opinions, ideas and prejudices. Of course, I'm missing out the important thing. Leaving that part of your personality, if you just refer to this as me, essentially you are referring to this life. This life process is me. This life process has not grown, please see. It is the same life process. If you do not remember the womb, at least you remember when you were 5, 6, 7, 8 years of age. When the body was that small, it was the same life process. Now it is the same life process. it will be the same unless you become free from the five elements, and then it bursts open into a different possibility. This whole terminology of spiritual growth is a false terminology, because there is no such thing as spiritual growth. Either you explode into another state or you don't. No, many times I did explode, but again, I'm the same. That's because during the Diwali time, if you try to light the crackers, there are some crackers, you light them, you thought they're going to go boom, but they do you light them again, then you have to really poke some, just a small little, the incense stick that you're using is not enough, you really have to put something bigger fire inside, then they go boom. But then you have to be careful because they're going to explode too quick in your face. So, your experiences of those moments when you almost exploded is like that. I almost became boundless. I want you to experiment this almost. I almost had my dinner. I almost went to the toilet. I almost had my breakfast. Please do that for the next 3 days. I almost. Then you will be ready to explode in some way. So all those things which really matter, either you do it or you don't do it. Spiritual process, you almost, you keep on almosting. So, how did I become a full-fledged human being? You have not become a full-fledged human being. I'm not trying to insult you, I'm just reminding you, you have not become a full-fledged human being. A full-fledged human being is too immense to be described. He is not a humbug, a made-up thing. A full-fledged human being is a phenomenon. And that will not happen slowly. Yes, you have to cultivate it every day for it to explode one day, but it doesn't happen slowly. Slowly you can create the situation. Slowly you can create the situation. But explosion is one time, and when it happens, nobody can miss it. Neither you can miss it, nor anybody around you can miss it, because it's there to see. So, how does this little piece of life, these two cells that met in somebody's womb, became a meatball to start with, became a life process, and now a human being. Human being, yes, not a full-fledged human being, no. This has to become a full-fledged human being means the same things that nurture you are the same things which bind you. The same things which look like the source of your life are also the limitations upon your life. That is why people are so confused as to what to remove and what to keep. All the things that you think are the goodies or the baddies too, that's a problem. If it was very simple, goodies were different, baddies were different, very easy to dump the baddies. The goodies are baddies, baddies are goodies, that is the problem. So, you have to dump the goodies and the baddies, or you have to embrace the goodies and the baddies. Embracing the goodies and the baddies is very difficult. Your life would become very multi-dimensional if you could, but you cannot do that. You may pretend to do that. People's idea of embracing everything is, they try to paint everything as good. And they call themselves saints. There is nothing saintly about it, it's quite silly. Not being able to see what is what in the world is not saintliness, it's just being silly. But it passes off as saintliness. I see goodness in everything. It's not saintly, it is silly. Different things are different ways. If you don't know how to deal with it, you're just being silly, not being saintly. But unfortunately, it passes off as saintliness. Being able to see everything just the way it is and still being able to accept it absolutely the way it is takes a lot. So it's better to keep a little distance from everything. Keep small distance, you don't have to run away, just a little distance from everything. You deal with everything but with a little distance. This is an easier way to handle. I'm not saying it is a better way, it is a good way. I'm just saying it's easier way. If you like to do it the more exciting and more difficult way, you're welcome. Only if you have the strength not to break up on the way, you attempt that. Otherwise, it's better to keep a little distance. You look at on everything, it doesn't matter for me whether it's good or bad. From everything I keep a little distance, from everything. Now what is this Sadhguru? Just in the beginning you were talking about love, now you're talking about distance. Only because there is distance you can laugh, please know that. If you create anything which is receptive, life will naturally come to it. It doesn't matter who you are, generally a womb is a natural space which has been created with that possibility that if a little formation happens there, actually it's just a meatball at that time. It's a very wrong way obscene way of referring to you when you were a fetus in your mother's womb, an obscene way of saying it. I am saying it this way because I want you to understand it's just a meatball. Even now you're just a meatball. Except for the life process that is throbbing within you, you're just a meatball, aren't you? What is this Sadhguru? All these insults, meatball, water body, what else are you going to call us? If the life doesn't throb within you, you're just a meatball. If a tiger walks in right now, he goes for you, he sees you as a meatball, I want you to know. Yes or no? He doesn't see you as a possibility for enlightenment. He doesn't see you as some great something. He sees you as a meatball and he'll treat you as a meatball and he'll make you into a meatball. Yes or no? If you don't like it, if you want to experiment, walk into the forest and see. An elephant may treat you as a football, but the tiger will treat you as a meatball. Football you're not. Some of you are working towards it, but you are not a football. That's a wrong perception of the elephant. But tiger's perception is right, you are a meatball, isn't it? So before life entered, you were definitely a meatball. But suddenly, the moment this life entered, suddenly this just meatball becomes a live process and a tremendous possibility. A little meatball, what a possibility it's become. That meatball also became a Buddha, that meatball also became a Krishna, that meatball became so many wonderful things on this planet. So I want you to understand that today what you are is not the point. If you allow it to function, this process of life, if you allow it to burst open, then the possibilities are immense. Nature has delivered you here to this level of intelligence, to this level of capability, to this level of consciousness, free. Total free ride, isn't it? From being an amoeba, a single-celled micro creature to what you are today, absolute free ride, isn't it so? Total free ride, without even you asking for it. Here, just here, you are expected to do your own thing. And don't treat it as a burden, it is a privilege that now nature has decided, the Creator has decided that you are worthy of being given a choice as to how you live. This is the greatest privilege that the Creator Himself has decided that you are worthy of being given the choice to be whichever way you want to be. Please prove your worthiness, don't disappoint Him. Lot of people in the world are depressed simply because of the Creator's work, isn't it so? They're questioning His judgment also. That which is the very basis of who you are, that which brought you from being a single-celled micro creature to who you are right now without unasked, it brought you till here. You're questioning the judgment of that also. Why is creation like this? Why is it like this? It should have been some other way. This is not intelligence. Don't ever convince yourself to think this is intelligence. This is the height of ignorance. The privilege that has been handed over to you, that now your life is your own. Everything is by choice. This moment how you are is your choice. Please enjoy the privilege. Please exercise the privilege. And only then you can say, I am a full-fledged human being. May this happen to you.
Before you go, just pause for a moment. Breathe in gently and slowly breathe out. Let your body relax, let your mind rest. Sometimes, when we hear about words like mastery, liberation, or energy dimension, our minds begin to race. We want to know, what does it feel like, what does it looks like, what will happen to me. And in that rush, we forget the most important thing: to keep walking. It is like standing at the base of a mountain and asking, how does the top feel? But the truth is, no one can describe that peak to you in a way that fully makes sense until you have climbed it yourself. No explanation is enough. No description can give you the experience. The path is your own. Some days will feel light, others may feel heavy. But what truly matters is how it feels every single step of the way. What matters is that you are moving, however slowly, however imperfectly. Many people stop not because the path is too difficult, but because they get caught in their thoughts. Am I doing it right? Am I getting it anywhere? How long will it take? These are natural questions, but they can also become distractions. Sometimes the best thing to do is not to overthink. Just stay steady, just keep showing up, not with pressure or with force, but with quiet devotion. This journey inward isn't about chasing a feeling, it's about a deep readiness to meet life as it is. It's about letting go of the noise inside and outside and slowly turning your attention to that space within you that is always been silent, still and awake. And even if you don't understand everything right now, even if the words feel big or strange, you don't have to understand it all at once. You just have to stay sincere, stay open, keep walking small steps. Every breath, every moment of awareness, every honest effort counts. So don't worry about whether you feel blissful yet. Don't worry if you are not glowing or alleviating or feeling powerful. You are here, you are listening, you are seeking, and that alone is beautiful. The rest will come. Maybe not today, maybe not even tomorrow, but when you keep walking, something subtle will begin to change. You will find that one day, without even realizing it, you are not the same person who started the journey. Not because you tried to feel a certain way, but because you were willing to go all the way. Not for the feeling, but for the truth. So, to anyone out there feeling confused, stuck, or impatient, just take the next small step. Don't chase the experience, let the experience come to you. Wherever you are on your path, just be here now. Your presence is enough, your intention is enough. Let that be your strength. And maybe, just maybe, the question isn't how does it feel to get there? The real question is, are you willing to begin to keep going even when it doesn't feel like much at all? Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time, your presence, and your heart. Again, do remember this is not a summary of Sadhguru's word, it is simply my interpretation of the deep wisdom he imparted. Kindly keep them separated and do not misunderstand. Thank you for joining, and we will see you tomorrow. Until then, please take care. Namaskaram.
चंद्रचूड़ शिव शंकर पार्वती रमणा निनगे नमो नमो।